Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on my Canada's Drag Race Season 3 Episode 6 runway. Category is paints. Watch me go from this to this. So for today's look, I'm going to be going for a modernized Victorian look. It's going to be browless, and I've already blocked my brows off camera. If you'd like to see how I block my brows, you can go back to one of my previous videos. I did a browless look for the clown look I did for my sleeves runway, so you can go back to that and check it out. Alright, so I'm going to start off with my base. So Victorian style makeup is typically like very powdery and pale. So first I'm going to moisturize my skin. Now I'm going to color correct using an orange concealer. And now I'm going to set that concealer using powder. Alright, now I'm going to take my highlight shade and I'm going to use that as my base. I'm going to apply that all over my face. And using a dense brush, I'm going to blend that all out. I'm only going to apply the shade on my face because that's typically how they do like their powdery makeup. And then I'm going to apply my normal foundation down my neck. Alright, now that I've applied my base, I'm going to go in with my highlight. So I'm going to be using a white foundation to highlight. Since I've already used such a pale shade as my base, I need to really bring out that dimension. I'm also going to highlight my brow bone, and I'm going to place this a bit on my lids as well, just to use as a base. Now using a sponge, I'm going to blend that all out. Now I'm going to go in with a liquid blush. Now I'm going to set my entire face using a white setting powder. Now using a white eyeshadow, I'm going to set my highlight. So this week's category for a runway was paint. This runway is probably the runway I was most looking forward to because there's never been anything like this done before. It's so conceptual. And I get to really show the judges like my creative side. So my runway was inspired by the Rococo painting called The Swing. My look was designed and constructed by a drag artist here in Toronto named Sapphire Woods. It was also, like all the garments were sewed by Connor McCalden. And then Sapphire like built the swing and like the legs and all that. Okay, now I'm going to go over my blush again. I'm going to use a pink blush. So for our maxi challenge this week, we had a really fun challenge that's never been done before. We had to create and market our own eyeshadow palette. Yeah, I was really excited for this challenge because I feel like it was like right up my alley. I've done commercials before, I've done a lot of brand deals, so I really know how to sell a product. The only thing that I was nervous about though was, like, this is a branding challenge, and I was kind of getting in my head because everybody around me had, like, I could hear them practicing their commercials and everybody had really funny commercials. But I was like, I need to stick true to my brand. Like, I don't really consider myself like a comedy queen. Like, I'm Fiercalicious, I'm fierce. So that's what my palette's gonna be about. I'm gonna make it about myself. So I told myself I'm just gonna trust my gut, trust my instinct. This is what I do. Let me make this palette that represents me and sell the shit and sell that palette, girl. Now I'm gonna deepen my blush and kind of contour my cheeks a bit with a darker shade of pink. I mean, the criteria for the challenge wasn't to make a funny commercial. The whole point was to sell the palette and represent yourself. So I made my Fierce by Fiercalicious palette. You know, I had a lot of fun like filming my commercial with Tracy. I had like a few moments where my nails got like, I had a few mishaps, like my eyeshadow shades fell out of my palette. I had a hard time getting them back in because my nails were so long and the clock was ticking, but I was like, let me get this done quick. Focus, focus, focus. Fast forward, we're up on the stage watching our commercials. My commercial turned out so cute. I was so happy with it. I won the challenge. I'm a winner, baby. I feel like this finally like cemented my place in the competition. Like after winning this challenge, I felt like I actually belonged in this competition. Like I could win this. Girl, when I stepped out on that runway, I was waiting like the whole season to get like a moment where I'd make like the judges like gasp, and I finally got that this runway, girl. Before I start on my eyes, I'm going to put a bit of setting powder under my eyes just in case there's any fallout so it doesn't ruin my makeup. I'm going to start off with a pink shade and I'm going to use a flat brush just to trace out the shape of my crease. So when I was working on my palette, I was like, I want this to represent myself, but I also want this to be a palette that, you know, people want to buy. Like I want to make this something that is useful, something that I would want to buy and that I would use every day. You know, not everybody likes using like bright, colorful colors. Some people like using more neutral ones. Some people like going more bold. So I thought, why not combine the two and have like some subtle shades that you can use for like a daytime look, and then if you want to add more drama, you can use the more dramatic shades. I'm glad that I stayed focused this week and trusted my gut. I feel like this is like the first challenge where I was really focused and didn't let anything around me distract me. I was like, let me just put all my energy into this challenge and do what you know how to do. Like Lady Boom said, don't reinvent the wheel, just let it roll. Now I'm gonna use a lighter pink shade, transition shade, and blend this pink out. Now I'm using the same pink shade and I'm just blending out that line into the transition shade. All right, so now I'm gonna dust off this powder. I'm gonna take a little flat brush and my white cream foundation and cut my crease. Now I'm gonna take a fluffy flat brush and I'm gonna take a silver eyeshadow and set this white cream. I'm gonna take my flat brush again and a pink eyeshadow and I'm going to fill in my under eye. I'm gonna extend the inner corner a little bit. For my nose contour, I'm going to use an eyeshadow. I'm gonna use a very cool toned brown eyeshadow to create like a very faint shadow. I'm not gonna use my typical nose contour shade because my base is so pale. Now I'm gonna highlight, so I'm gonna use a fluffy brush and highlight my cheekbones. And I'm gonna use a very small brush and highlight the bridge of my nose. I'm gonna take my bronzer, just like a bronzer brush I have. I'm not gonna add any product on it. I'm just gonna brush it along my jawline to just chisel it out a bit. And now to finish off the eyes, I'm gonna take some lash glue. I'm gonna apply it all over my lids so that I can apply some glitter. Now I'm gonna take a white liner and I'm going to extend my inner corner and my outer corner of my eye. I'm gonna fill in my waterline a little bit as well. I'm gonna take some more of that white liner and I'm just going to trace my crease to add more dimension to the eye. I'm gonna take a black liner and wing out my eye. Now I'm going to take my liner again and I'm going to add some beauty marks in the shape of heart. I'm going to do a few like across my face. Now to finish off the lips, so I'm going to go for a very kind of smudged lipstick look, like a very like editorial fashion moment. I'm going to take my sponge that I used to blend out my liquid blush and I'm going to start by just buffing that into my upper and lower lip. Now I'm going to use a burgundy lipstick and just apply that on the center of my lips. Using my finger, I'm just going to blend that out. Now I'm going to go on top of that with a lip gloss. And to finish off the face, I'm going to apply my mascara on my lashes. Alright, now I'm going to apply my lashes off camera and I'll be back in just a moment with the completed look. For tuning into my tutorial for my paint runway. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the episode below in the comments. And in case you forgot, I'm a winner! I'll see you in the next video. Stay fierce.